weekend and we're trying to camp, and we've been waiting. I don't know how long we've been waiting, but someone just told us there's at least 100 cars ahead of us waiting in a single line just to get to the entrance of this park. So it's about 2:19 right now, so it took over half an hour, maybe 45 minutes really, to get to this point, and now we have to go another, what, 5 miles or so to our actual place where we hopefully can find parking so we can finally start our hike. And the new journey begins. The parking lot at the visitor center is definitely full. It's spilling out onto the road. We were lucky enough to actually get a legitimate parking spot, which was good because we are staying a couple nights, so we need to be somewhere legitimate. And now we are setting off looking for the trailhead.
This is the trail.
Yep. And this is why the parking lot's so full, because all of the trails start here.
We have to go 5 miles in with the biggest backpacks ever. I think I've overfilled it. It feels that way.
It looks that way.
So I'm gonna be totally destroyed. So this one is kind of opposite. You destroy yourself at first and then you chill out for 2 days.
And then you destroy yourself again when you come back.
Yes.
So the most popular trail that most people do here is down there, the Hall of Mosses. It's, I think, a 1 mile trail. I've never done it, oddly enough, so I gotta come back and do that one day. But we're actually on the Hoh River Trail, which is, I think, 33 miles long total, but we're only doing 5 miles of it. If you're wondering what that big black thing there is, that's our bear canister, which we can't really figure out the best way to carry that thing in. Hopefully someone can educate us soon. The nice thing is this is relatively shaded and pretty cool, so it's not burning hot, because that would make this 10 times worse.
Huge trees here by the trail.
Well, we've been at it for, I think, a couple hours now, so we should be getting really close to our campsite. But yeah, wow. Doing this hike is actually really flat, and it would be pretty easy if we didn't have all this baggage on our shoulders. So that is literally weighing us down right now.
I can't even walk straight without the bag because my body is used to being crunched, like squeezed in. We've done 5 miles.
We're almost there.
Oh.
Yeah, it says 4.9 miles.
We're front loading all the pain, and tomorrow we're totally free.
Yeah, you gotta do things that make you hurt. You gotta challenge yourself. And so this is definitely a challenge.
Yes, so if you find someone, slap them because it's good for them.
We're in the final stretch. So yeah, this is actually a nice clearing here. Nice breeze coming through.
I sure feel like a gypsy right now.
Yeah, right?
But more of the Sherpa kind right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you put things into perspective, like people that, you know, carry everything like this on their backs because they have to. And that's, you know, everything that they own, and we are doing this for fun. It's kind of a interesting thing to think about.
I think we're approaching our campground here.
So pretty.
We have a glorious clearing in the rainforest here.
Yeah. Ooh, water.
And someone's out there.
Nice.
Hey, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You guys can make it.
Do better without this on my back though.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, yeah, I like it. Exhausting, but so far worth it. This is gonna be great.
And we're alive, that's what counts.
We're alive.
Amazing campground.
Yeah,
though.
that's gonna be great.
Yeah, right here by the water.
Mm-hmm. So we're putting all of our food inside of the bear canister, even the freeze-dried stuff, because apparently it's not really bears that we need to worry about. It's
I brought my Burberry because I don't want to be smelling like an animal out here for 2 days.
Isn't he such a European? I mean, I don't know if it's, you know, that necessary to put all that stuff in there, but they do say that, you know, the risk that you run is that they'll come through and they smell anything in your bag, they'll like destroy your bag and go through your bag. And you don't want your bag destroyed out here. So better safe than sorry. There we go, set up our tent. We got a really nice spot by the river. It's already getting chilly, so we'll see how cold it gets tonight.
My wife wants me to put the cover on the blade.
It's just good habits, right? Like, he's like, just gonna walk around with the axe just exposed. I'm like, if you have a cover, you should really put the cover on the blade.
So I did in Bulgaria. What is this? You don't see this anywhere except in America.
We're not in Bulgaria now, are we?
No, a blade is a blade. We need to find some wood now and hopefully a chair.
Are you looking for something like on the ground?
Here's our new chair. My Go Zero solar panel called Nomad 7, and let's see how it does with this GoPro. Here we go, the GoPro's connected, the red line came on and we're charging. It's gonna take a while because it's not the most power, but it will work. Stroganoff. Good.
Solar charger did a really great job. It charged from 0% on the GoPro to 94% over, I don't know how long, maybe a couple of hours?
Under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours.
That's
so
amazing.
Not bad. One of the best parts about camping in this area is our proximity to the water. And this is really fresh snow melt water, which you can feel when you touch it because it's really cold. But when you just come down here, you want to do your dishes clean and so fresh. This is the morning after our first full night of backpacking. I think both Martin and I had some of the best sleep that we've had camping, and you know, that's with our new setups. We're still trying to get used to our sleeping pads, our sleeping bags, and our tents, but yeah, we slept extremely well. And I really think that being out in nature and having that fresh air really helps. Woke up really energized, sleeping by the river, and hearing the river kind of wakes you up really gently in the morning with the sun kind of cascading in, and it's just one of the best feelings. This is the path to our campground that we walked through yesterday, past these logs. It's also our toilet, our little outhouse. Can't be squeamish out here because you don't get flushing toilets. You get, you know, luckily it's private and there are walls. We've been to some toilets that don't have any walls at all, which is, yeah, you get used to it. Also, don't forget to bring your toilet paper because a lot of them don't have toilet paper. So yeah, make sure you bring some with you.
This is where everybody is nowadays. Hiking through the most magical forest I've ever seen.
So cool.
I'm not sure how amazing it is when you step off the trail here and you're in a pure temperate rainforest that exists almost nowhere on earth except here. It's really amazing. And right now it's at its peak pleasant moment in the late August because otherwise it's very wet. It's one of the biggest trees we've seen so far. And that's like his trunk. Are you ready for this?
That was a big beaver that did this.
Here is really the worst part. And that's how we cross the river. It's a huge obstacle course. And the forest is completely green in every direction and thick. It's just a little trail through it, so you can experience it. It's a full rainforest day.
It feels like the 100-acre wood where Winnie the Pooh lives.
Oh, I don't know that.
Doesn't feel like there are bears around here, but you know, apparently there are.
Mostly there's snakes and elks and deers.
Don't tell me that.
They're little. We found a giant boulder with moss hair growing. It's probably a troll here in the forest. Here's its face. The nose, you see the nose. And eyes up there. This forest of Hoh is the most like a fairy tale wonderland forest. Here's the evidence that it's just a giant boulder. It's like a piece of the mountain. We found a little forest ferry bridge. Oh, horses go drink that way and pass, and humans have a little bridge. We reached a clearing in the rainforest where there's another campsite. Truthfully, I actually really like where we're camping. It's one of the best. But some people continue this way and go all the way to a glacier and camp there. It's like 13 miles away. Oh wow. That's the view. And we're on a clearing on the river here, like a beach. So nice. It's a beach you can camp on.
Very cool.
And with a huge clearing here in a mountain. Mountains all around us now.
Incredible. I think what's cool is how the terrain changes so much. You can be on the trail and yeah, you're in like this dense forest that looks like a fairy tale forest, but then yeah, if you go a little bit further off the trail and it just opens up like this, and that's so different than what you would expect based on the trail alone.
Yeah, and it's a rewarding. At first you're like, huh, how can there even be any station out there? But there's a lot of stuff actually here. It's a big place all of a sudden in the middle of the forest. This will be our last point of this hike, and then we go back to lounge at our campground on the 5th mile, and this is on the 9th mile. Huge tree broke here. Like this is us next to the stump, and it's so much bigger. The stump itself that remains is so much bigger than us. This is the tree that fell here. I'm gonna span it a bit. Now I'm on it, and it keeps going. This would be vertical height, what I'm walking right now. That's kind of the incredible part. And it keeps going and going all the way through the forest. We're making it through the magical forest now, leisurely, and it's just outworldly. Amazing hiking here in Olympic National Park. This is probably the best trail of all, depending on what you want, but I think it's the most unique because it's all rainforest. Here there are some incredibly tall trees and huge volume too, and you can look at them all the way up there. So big, and when they fall they're so enormous that there's one lodged right here over us, and that forest is now growing above our heads. Right there. These are all big trees right here. A
A
forest
baby forest.
in the air.
It's so neat. Yeah, it's so cool. And these are things too, like you have to like, you know, pause and just kind of like acknowledge what you're looking at, I think. You can walk right by and not see these things. So it does take a discerning eye of sorts to really appreciate it all.
Yeah, wow, what a gnarl. Crazy. Like, look at how many there are here.
That texture.
Yeah, how many gnarls are
Wow.
here. It's incredible.
That's really cool.
This many. It's like dozens of them. Another giant one lengthwise. Keep in mind we are around half of it. And let's see how long it takes us to finish. It keeps going here. Going. This is vertical length when it's standing. Remember that. So here it's broken, but it's not over. And there's more of another one here where they had to carve out a path.
It's a really nicely maintained trail. There's like one little sketchy part, and I guess there's another sketchy part really far up, but you know, you can pass through just nicely. You can tell that they've been trimming it, and so really nicely maintained.
We have left the place just as we found it, and everything's packed up again.
Alright, so we're ready to do the 5-mile trek back to the visitor center, back to our Jeep, and back to civilization.
That's
Of
right,
sorts.
yes.
Because let's be real, we actually had a really great experience. We have one of the best tents, some of the best sleeping equipment and hiking equipment, so we really weren't that off.
Yeah.
Situation.
Alright, one last punishment and we'll spoil ourselves.
Goodbye, lovely campsite. So it's about 9:30 a.m. We're departing camp, and the weather right now is really nice. It's just a little cool, still feels a little wet because it did mist and sprinkle and somewhat rain. It wasn't like a pounding rain, but definitely woke up with our tent pretty wet on the outside. The inside was great, nicely insulated. But now we estimate it'll probably take about 2 to 3 hours to get to the head of the trail. And I'm opening this vlog now while we're fresh, because I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna keep feeling fresh. But so far the environment really helps.
This time we're a little fresher, so we're enjoying the forest a little more, even with our bags.
I have to say there's like a recovering aspect of being out in nature, especially if you come out like overnight. You can't quite get the same experience on a day hike. But yeah, when we first walked in, like my shoulders were so tense and had a lot of pain just from sitting at the computer for, you know, weeks on end. And then you come in here for a night, step away from all of that, and your whole body straightens out and you just feel amazing. So it really is that effect of sitting at a desk all day or sitting on the couch all day. Like, that's not our natural form, and eventually our bodies start reacting to that. So if you come out and get back into nature, your body responds pretty quickly.
We did it. It was not easy.
Made it. 11:30. 2
Sweet.
hours.
Nice. It is done.
It's the best feeling after the hike. Boom.
Oh my god.
Take it off.
Oh, we did it.
We did it.
Never felt
We
so
did
good
it.
to see our Jeep
right? See, it really makes you appreciate the finer things in life, like not walking around with 20 to 30 pounds. Maybe, did you have 30? 40?
I don't know how many I had.
A lot of weight on your back. Being able to shower, use a flushing toilet, eat a delicious burger,
Yes,
which hopefully is next. So, awesome trail, awesome experience. Thanks for coming along.